After living in the city for most of my life, moving on to a farm came with a few surprises, like maybe the crazy amount of wildlife you run into. Look at how thick that boy is. That's a girl. Shit. Or the never-ending amount of things you gotta do just to keep nature at bay. I mean, weeds everywhere. Look how pokey that one is.
It's actually fun.
Ow. Yeah. But it also turns out that if you have a long enough driveway, that people just like to drive on in and walk around like they own the place, even if they have no business doing so whatsoever. Which is why today I'm gonna show you not only how I managed to get this several 100-pound solid metal gate to open and close automatically, but also how we did it 300 feet away from the house with a single Ethernet cable powering the entire thing. The gate motor, the 4K license plate reading camera, a fancy intercom, and the smart controls to make the entire system so easy that you don't even need to take out your phone, making this what I believe to be the world's only PoE powered farm gate. Hey, look at that. But as future Jake, I think I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Past Jake, well, he still needs to get that Ethernet cable all the way down here from the garage. And since there's no way I'd be okay with Ethernet like strung through the trees, well, it's gonna go underground. And what better way to do that than with this $600 Alibaba trenching tool attached to my not $600, but honestly still really cheap, crusty ass Cat 262D3 skid steer. This whole trenching situation is going to be kind of a nightmare. Because while we don't have to deal with the complexities that come with running high voltage wire, we do still have just a few little smidgens of our own issues. You know, maybe like this lamp post that's right here that almost definitely has a high voltage cable running basically directly where we want to put our Ethernet. And not to mention, come on, come with me. Walk with me, boys. Are you coming? Jesus, you're so slow. The giant field that's part of my septic system. That's where all the water drains out to. Well, the line for that, in theory, kind of runs here-ish. Our chances of running an Ethernet cable from my gate way the heck down there to the garage over there without damaging something that is an absolute pain in the ass to fix are basically zero, but we're gonna try anyways. I really don't want to damage the septic line. In theory, because it's a water thing, it should be below the frost level, but I do know where the gas line is. We don't have to worry about that. I don't know what we're gonna do here. Maybe we can just lift these pavers up and like hand dig a little bit, move a couple of these rocks, but we also need to move that pot. You know what, Andrew? My pants are falling down. I don't want to manifest bad stuff. I have good vibes right now. Oh, okay, this is not bad at all. What the f is this? Ugh. Is that rebar just into dirt? Why? If you hit it with your car, it would roll over and just destroy your tire, maybe?
As opposed to being dragged along or something, yeah.
Yeah, anti-theft device. Why is this so in there? What is this? Oh my God. Holy shit, that thing was deep. Now, some of you might have noticed there's actually an AC power plug over here. It's just that it doesn't seem to work. I'm pretty sure it was run out here with indoor power cable, which is definitely not allowed. That's not very great. Realistically, we have to run some sort of networking over here anyways, just to be able to control the gate. So this was gonna happen anyways. Might as well power it over Ethernet, am I right? We're gonna find out how right I am, depending on whether or not we hit the septic line. Oh God. Was it just stuck in the ground? Wait, what? Hold on. Don't touch that.
It must be something for the camera.
This is the wire that was going to this, it must have been. No conduit at all? I just thought maybe we should just test. Holy shit, the bottom plug works. I never tried the bottom plug. So where does this wire go? There's the electrical cable for this. Also not in conduit. That is even worse. Every time this thing jumps, I'm gonna be like, what the hell was that? Like, dude, you can go fast with this. Highway to the danger zone. We're also probably gonna snag another electrical line here in a minute, I'm pretty sure. Jake doesn't wanna break his shitting tube. Once we get a bit closer to like the actual place I think it probably is, the kind of 10-foot range, I'll bring the trencher up and I'll maybe just do like, I'll cut in a couple inch passes and we'll see if we can make sure that we don't break it. Why am I falling? Oh! Oh. What the? Found some conduit. I also found where all those wires come from. Okay.
We have to finish this today because no one's going to be able to get out of the driveway. We're all on the wrong side of the driveway right now.
I think we're good. We only destroyed like 3 electrical lines. That's not that bad. Now time for the hard part. You kind of start thinking while you're working on your own first house. Stump!
Hammer time!
Why is there a stump under these bushes? A friend of mine told me that if you want to deter pigeons, we should get 2 and then we'd have a murder. Can you find the killer? Now, despite the fact that this is taller than down here, we're gonna dig this to the same depth as over here so that if this gets removed later down the road or whatever, we can do that and not worry about damaging this Ethernet cable. I'm in the trench. Well, this is suboptimal. I can't even get out. What do we do, eh?
Keep coming. There you go.
Ooh! That's not even buried below grade. Buddy, this stuff is so floppy gloppy. Floppy gloppy? Maybe we just feed the twine through as we assemble it, you know what I mean? Fast forward an entire day, and what we've got is a trench worthy of some Ethernet cable, baby. Even like in the most shallow spots, we're pretty much at around 1.5 feet. Plenty for Ethernet because of our good old friend Schedule 40 PVC. And we're running 2 so that if for whatever reason in the future we want to run even more cables for some reason, we should be able to run like 6, 7 Ethernet cables in this one and like 6, 7 in the other one. That's a lot of Ethernet. Ya-ching! Naturally, when you're laying conduit like this, you don't just stick it together and Bob's your uncle. You have to cement it together with some special stuff called PVC cement. It actually melts the plastic together and also kind of fills the bond with a little bit of stuff, so you get what is supposed to be a seamless connection. If we were to just stick it in the hole as is with all the rocks in there and then push this dirt back over top of it, what can happen is a big rock or a sharp rock or maybe a big sharp rock can end up lodged up against it and it can push its way right into the conduit and crush our wire, or at the very least fill it full of dirt and water, which makes it pretty hard to pull new wires down. Luckily, I was able to get some sand delivered the next day. That's the way, sand likes it, We got a big dump truck to dump on us, To just act as a bit of a buffer. And hopefully, once all of it's glued up and in place, what we're gonna be able to do is just use a vacuum cleaner and suck a string from one end to the other.
Is that what you're trying to do?
That is what we are going to try to do. You thought I had a better plan? Whoa, I f***ing didn't have a better plan, Andrew. Come on, look at this shit. This is probably here for 40 years and it worked fine up until, well, I guess it wasn't working when I got here, so maybe that's a reason for that. Back, I say, back! This thing smells nice. Let's talk about where all this stuff is gonna go. Specifically on this here column right here and into this box. It's the exact same size. That works for me. Let's go. Am I gonna be able to mount this on a thing that is the exact same width as it, or is that not gonna work? Do I need to ground this? I need to ground this.
Well, that's a problem for later, Jake.
This concrete also really doesn't look like it would take too kindly to concrete screws without just exploding, so just put that right there. Oh God, the grinder started, oh no! That was all right?
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah.
This looks like there's a piece of wood up your ass.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little close to the ground, I'm realizing. Wiggle that in there, kind of like that. And an extra one for our ground that we're definitely not gonna forget to install. And I think it's pretty clean. That little baby Milwaukee vacuum is gonna be doing a big suck. See if I can tell which hole it is. That's gonna be a big tell as if this is gonna work at all. Got my string, which is definitely not long enough. Look at that little boy. I can feel it! Holy shit, it's working. No, it's stuck! It got really far. So I actually think this might work. We shook the pipe a bit and now it's going again. I'm about to run out of string now. I ran out of string!
1 eternity later.
Here we go, we've extended the string with a little fisherman's knot. Okay, hit it! Come on, Milwaukee vacuum. Oh my God, how did this get tangled up? Why is it getting worse?
You're not gonna believe this. It's right here.
Woohoo! The little Milwaukee vacuum frickin' did it, man! What are we on, day 3 of this now? We got the string through both of the pipes. That trick works flawlessly. And since we know the conduit is good now, we've manually wheelbarrowed about, 2 or 3 inches of sand on a portion of this. Now we can backfill this so we have a bridge to get old Skitty here over there. And then we can make our lives a little bit easier, what with just scooping the sand in the bucket and then dumping it in there. And because it's the right thing to do when you're running underground lines, we're gonna take a little bit of caution tape and we're laying it down in there. So if somebody digs here in the future, they see the tape and they stop without wrecking the cable. And of course, we need to finish up the other side. Now, unfortunately, the trencher couldn't really fit in here in a way that would allow this to be straight like this. We have to put quite a bit of tension on it. Since I don't wanna just bury this thing under a bunch of stress, we're gonna grab a little blowtorch here. This is not necessarily, wow, that was too much sauce right there. And now we're pretty much ready to pull our one single Ethernet cable that's gonna power this entire setup. Hopefully it makes it the whole way. So I'm gonna do like half of a fisherman's knot over here, and then we'll just tape the living shit out of it. Oh, this is gonna be actually awful. Oh, it's literally like eating the edge of the fitting there. There's tools you can get to do this, by the way. Makes it a lot more pleasant. I did not acquire one of those. I destroyed that thing, but we're good. We're up here to get a switch to plug into. This is a fantastic switch. It's a Unify Pro XG8 PoE++, so that's roughly 60 watts of power. The problem is we want as much PoE power as we possibly can muster. So we want something, ow, with a little more beans. This is the Unify Pro XG24 PoE, 16 ports of PoE++. And then there's 8 2.5 gig ones over here that are also PoE++. Put all this effort into running the conduit properly, and we're just gonna stick this under the door for the moment. Yeah! And now, what's actually gonna be powering this setup? The LinoVision Industrial PoE++? Wait, I thought this was 90 watts. Did I get scammed? I guess there's only one way to find out, and that's by plugging it in. Plug it in, plug it in. Please? Did I not terminate it right? I did leave a lot of extra cable on both sides. Short cable right next to the switch. It's just gonna work, or it's not going to work. Okay, well that's great news, because I can just order another one on Amazon, and that means this f***ing project is not getting done today.
Several days later.
I was so excited to have a gate that actually worked that I went and mounted the heckin' gate motor already, you see, very nice. It's not the most optimal way I could have done the install. Apparently it's best to have a pull to open, where the motor is contracting to open the gate, rather than a push to open like this, where it pushes to open. Except none of that really matters. Because even though I was stoked that we're getting close this morning, I walked over here, I'm like, yeah, look at that gate. The gate that I need to redo everything on because this isn't going to work. Ugh. It sucks, doesn't it? And when it's your business, you don't have time to redo things like I do. I mean, well, I don't really have time, but whatever. TwinGate, our sponsor, it's the best secure remote access platform out there, so you won't have to redo anything once you switch. I guess aside from the switching part, but I promise it's worth it, because not only does TwinGate's Zero Trust platform allow you to securely access remote networks, typically faster than legacy VPNs, without port forwarding, but it's also so easy to set up. We're talking literally just minutes, and you can install it on pretty much anything, like my TrueNAS NAS, or any device that can run Docker. Heck, it even generates the install command for you, so you only have to copy paste one thing, and you're set up and going. And since I'm later, Jake, check this out. I'm looking at the feed from the license plate reading camera we're gonna install later over cellular with TwinGate, just like that. And you can do way more than just security cameras. You can add any resource from your network directly in the TwinGate panel, and it's ready for you to access from anywhere. So what are you waiting for? You gotta try out TwinGate right now, because you get 5 users across 10 networks with up to 50 resources for free. No card required at jacku.com/TwinGate. Get it? TwinGate, PoE gate, my gate. You see, if I unlock this here motor so we can actuate it manually, you can start to see the problem. Friend comes over, the UPS guy's here, whatever it is. You go, hold on, let me open the gate for you. Wham, right into their car. Not really ideal. Hey, hi Bubs. You better not poop. And there's the other problem. We've got this sick Ubiquiti G3 gate access starter kit. But where do you mount this? Like on a post? Tap the fob and then back up really quick so the gate doesn't hit you? Put it over here then. You gotta get into your passenger seat just to open the gate every time you're here. At least it's just like a clevis pin. Does the gate open the other way if we wanted to? It doesn't like to. The bar vibes, right? The bar's vibing, and then we get to a certain point and then it starts like camming out the other way.
Oh, yeah.
If you watched my previous video on the X-Tool Metal Fab laser welder, you probably know that we extended this gate to make it actually fit. There were these big gouges in the gate down here that it looked like somebody had cut with an ankle grinder. And I was like, why? No, they were cut there for a very specific reason. Because it gets to about here, and then it pinches. Gravity wants to bring me down. I wonder if we just get a big sledgehammer and just whack the bottom of the gate a bunch of times. So, fuck. I could also just run the skid steer into it. And we're just gonna do it a little bit of a whack. Oh yeah, it cracked my weld open again. Well, that's great, but at least it's much straighter. I just found the perfect solution. And after a little bit of cutting and removing the powder coating, that metal should be perfect to make ourselves some new brackets. So this will bolt into our existing bracket thing. And look at that, that's mint. Why is this oddly sexy? A little bit of wax on our tip here. We're lubricating the tip. It's a little not straight. That sounds amazing. To be clear, there almost definitely is a better way to do this, even if we just got some thrust bearings. I laser cut some more washers, at least to give it a little bit of protection. Maybe I'll put some grease under there even, who knows? Oh, that's why I wanted the washer. Terry! Woo! I like that. 'Tis a new day. But yesterday, we did successfully manage to get this frickin' gate to open and close somewhat decently. I had to scrape some of the driveway away. Honey, I regraded the driveway. And we tweaked the mount position a little bit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, There is still kind of a problem where the hole in this mount that we've cut out is too big, so that when the gate turns this way, there's enough slop for it to then kind of droop a little bit. Now, we just need to mount the motor again. Realistically, this isn't an outdoor rated receptacle, and it most definitely was not weather sealed very well. Boy, this is gonna come out, I swear. It's not gonna break the screw. Oh, DIW. Did it wrong. How do we level this with the gate? This is a hell of a way to use a level. I kind of like it. And what we're going to be using to mount our motor is not actually a Tapcon concrete screw. Instead, we're going to be using these fancy things called wedge anchors. Now, I don't exactly have the correct size, probably. Process for these starts pretty similar to a Tapcon. You just need to mark and make a hole. Give her the old college suck. Ye old college suck. And then while you can directly hammer them in there, I usually put a couple nuts on the end so that you don't bung up the threads. Because if you do that, it makes putting the nuts on after way more difficult. Where the is the hammer? You! CIA reconnaissance birds. You want to try to keep it nice and straight? You want to hit it in a little bit deeper than you actually want it to sit. Because when we tighten the nut to mount whatever we're mounting on here, it's gonna, as the name implies, make a wedge. Even when it's shitty concrete like this. Now you can kind of just tighten these things. You'll feel it start to get a lot tighter once the wedge is happening. Like already on this one, it's like, oh my God. It's so far in there, kind of hard to screw these up. Oh dude, oh that whole corner, it wants to come off. Oh God. I wish it just had like a pipe mount, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But instead we need to drill into our gate. No. Oh yeah, I should have checked this again before we sent it because man, that post bracket is a lot further back than I set up mine. So there's two distances we have to measure. A is not good. A is not even on the chart. We can adjust for this if you didn't tighten the ever-living shit out of it, Jake. Are we supposed to mount this while it's fully open? But how do you tell if the position is right? Because I don't want to drill holes and then it be wrong. Oh, that's what the clamps are for. You know, I was kind of reading the manual, sort of. I think as long as it doesn't bind in this here clamp test, then I think that we're safe. Please don't regret this later. Oh my God, that took like fucking 4 days, which is honestly fine because our replacement PoE splitter box thing, that's gonna allow us to harness the power of PoE. Well, it just arrived last night. I even went as far as to buy 2 different ones, just in case for whatever reason we got another bad one. Please, 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 please. It's working! And now we get to see if my Ethernet cable actually works. Oh, the trench is so backfilled now. If this doesn't work, we're so f***ed. And here are our batteries, or at least one of them. It's the same type of battery you'd see in one of those desktop UPSs if you have one of those to keep your computer from going off when the power goes out. We're gonna be using 2 in series. Yes, to get 24 volts, which is what our gate opener wants since it's a 24 volt motor. There is a universe in which you could just hook this output directly to the batteries, but you don't really want to do that because you could very easily overcharge the battery. So instead, we're going to be using the power supply module that comes with the Top-Ends gate motor, since that has a charge controller built into it, designed for 2 12 volt batteries, just like this. Now all that we need to do is stuff it all in this box, somehow. You know what?
You know what?
You know what? You know what? You know what? You know what? You know what?
No, I don't know what.
You know what? 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 What if I just took the circuit board that's in there out of there? Because I bet you this thing is way bigger than it needs to be. Oh, that's tiny. Oh, that's a little bigger. I think this entire thing, and maybe even this one, can just come out of there. If I can just get it to be in like 2 holes, I'd be happy. Jesus. Fast forward a lot of wiring, and I think we're pretty much ready to test. I went to grab the gate hub out of the box because that's kind of the next component here. I just didn't realize that, oh my God, it's enormous.
That's what she said.
Look at that thing. Hello, sir, I got your UPS delivery. I haven't actually tested the gate yet, per se, but if you look at that PoE power in use, in theory, our batteries are charging. I mean, I only technically have our gate hub hooked up in here. Once this gate hub powers up, I can go on my phone and say like trigger gate, and it's just gonna open the gate. Imagine that. If this gate doesn't fucking work, I swear to God. I think I was supposed to set a limit switch, but meh. Woohoo! Holy f***, that took so long! Sounds kind of crusty, you know? It definitely like keeps going for a sec. We don't want it to be under a shitload of tension. It's probably gonna rip the bracket right off the concrete. Oh, it's already coming off a little bit on the bottom. Now the PoE power draw is at 14 watts. I mean, what if it only charges the batteries at like 10 watts max? I didn't think about that part. Shit. I also realized that I probably should have bought the exit wand that you put underground kind of next to where you would drive up to get the gate to open if you wanted to have it automatically open when you go to leave. Is this the... Oh. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this thing maxes out at like 10, 15 watts. Maybe I should try the UPS board. Should I unplug that maybe? What is the problem? It would appear that this thing is tripping the overcurrent protection on our little PoE splitter there. I'm just gonna hook up the intercom, maybe hook up a camera, and we'll see what it starts pulling for PoE there. And then maybe it's not even a problem. What we do need to do before that is make sure our gate isn't opening too far. There's a little screw. That screw is holding a limit switch in there, and that limit switch is what tells it to stop opening when it's too open. I don't exactly know what the best way to set this is. Let's see how far it opens now. Seems like it's going faster than it was. Maybe not. Is it gonna stop? Is it gonna stop? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, oh. Oh, do you see how much this is moving?
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh, that's not good, dude. Not my crappy things that I said are too small, but I was hoping was gonna be okay. No. Oh yeah, look at that. That is cash money. Yes! Where are we gonna mount the intercom? Well, we could put in a 4x4 post. Obviously this would be mostly in the ground, and that would be closer for somebody's door. I don't know that I care. Somebody's just gonna hit it with their car anyway, so I might as well just put it on the fence right there and they can deal with it. That's a them problem. Whoa! And in order to do so, I got this lovely extension thingy. It didn't come pre-set up to route a cable through it, so I fixed that with a drill and a die grinder. Put the intercom on there. Bob's your uncle, baby. It fits. It's on. Look at that. Look at the camera feed. Don't stop me now. Oh! It's clear to me that we need to install a gate open and closed sensor that feeds into the Unify box and not one that feeds into the actual gate box. We'll figure that part out at some point. Oh, there's a screw you're supposed to put in the bottom. Oh, it fell out. Oh God. Oh, it's gone. Hey, would you look at that? I moved our DC powered switch from the batteries over to the 24 volt output on the PoE splitter, and it's 23 watts now. I'm so done with this project. Oh my God. So this happened. I was trying to check to see if I could tap into the internal limit switches inside the gate motor to then feed back into the Ubiquity hub so that the Ubiquity hub would know if the gate was open or closed without having to add an external sensor. And by doing that with my multimeter, I guess I was sending a little bit of voltage to the circuit, which made it think that it wasn't hitting it. And then the gate just kept going and going and going.
And going.
So now the pillar's like this. I mean, this gate motor is supposed to stop when it hits something. We just never really adjusted the sensitivity of that. But you know, I kind of figured that the default sensitivity would be enough for, hey, the gate is literally not f***ing moving anymore. Maybe f***ing stop. It's not like I have to go to open source tomorrow. It'd be nice if my gate would close. Fixed. I don't think this is gonna fall off anytime soon. Now we can do what we were actually supposed to and mount a sensor and the lock. What did I do to deserve this? Oh, yeah. The problem with mounting this lock right now is currently this gate is bent upwards because I need to go and weld the washers that we put on over there, but I can't really do laser welding outside. So I'm gonna basically have to disassemble the entire freaking gate to do that. So it's not happening today. And if I mount this right now, this is gonna be vertically very misaligned. Oh, you know what? Actually, look at that. There's a lot of up and down in this.
Yeah.
So as long as wherever I mount it onto the concrete is at the bottom, I can then slide it down later. But I think it's
more than that.
you're
Though.
just so positive, Andrew. You know, I'm really glad I have you around.
I'm smiling. I don't know what you're saying.
Release more videos, Jake. We want to watch more videos, Jake. Trying my best, everybody. You ever tried to make the world's only PoE powered gate? No, because then this wouldn't be the world's only PoE powered gate. I should probably use a level. As long as it's in the center. Look at how secure this thing is, man. Couldn't defeat that lock with a small pair of pliers or a key or a bobby pin, literally anything. Your fingers, maybe. These door sensors are what's known as magnetic reed switches. So when it gets influenced by a magnetic field, it pulls the little magnet on the inside of it towards two little contacts internally, and that allows current to flow through. And then the gate will just function as a gate. It's time for the last part of the equation. This here Ubiquity AI LPR. I think what I read is this thing can read license plates at like 90 kilometers per hour. Crazy. We're not gonna be going anywhere near that. But what we are gonna be going near is this tree because I'm mounting it on the tree. I am also going to just raw dog it right into the tree, which might sound, oh my God, kind of rough, but it's actually okay. Like a healthy tree can easily withstand getting a couple screws put into it. You just wanna make sure that whatever screws you use are stainless steel ideally so that you aren't, well, rusting and rotting the tree away, basically. I'm hoping this doesn't fall off. Oh yeah, right, I forgot we need to trim the tree for this. Peel, peel. I'm at the most awkward angle for peeling. You ever heard of a pole saw? Hooking up the lock. Oh my God, all this shit is so tangled. It definitely sounds like it's doing something. It could be the polarity is backwards, just to be safe. I'm just gonna unlock it this time. Okay, so when you manually turn this, it does have to pull the gate in a little bit to unlock. Dude, I'm pretty sure the gate motor bent a little bit. Oh, dude, it did reef on the concrete anchors. Should probably turn the force setting down a little bit. Okay, it's open now. No, it didn't unlock it again. I don't understand. What did I do wrong with this lock? I should have read, I didn't read the manual, to be clear. The gate open status is reporting correctly now. Let's see if it closes with the lock. Do I dare try it again? I really don't want it to rip itself off the wall. That just ripped the concrete anchors out even further. So that's really cool. What the is, I didn't read the manual, to be clear. Turns out there's a dip switch on the board that changes whether it's a push to open or pull to open. And I thought that I had set it correctly. Oh, there's a bird behind you. But I had it set backwards. But now, whoo! I never thought I'd be so excited about a gate moving. Oh my God. Look at the baby. It currently shows as closed. It's not detecting the license plate. We're gonna drive it nice and reasonable, like you might drive home. Driving up here nice and slow. We're just gonna wait here for a second. I'm an idiot. I didn't enable the setting. One moment, please. Setting is enabled. Here we go. Are you seeing this? Are you seeing this gate opening? That's so fucking cool! So there you have it. The gate It opens when we want it to open. And for all my nerd homies in the audience, here's the final electronic setup. It starts with our LinoVision PoE splitter. This takes our single PoE+++ 90 watt capable input and splits it into not only a 36 volt DC output that's powering our gate controller here and in turn charging the batteries, but also a 24 volt output, which the other one I had before didn't actually have, which is very important because it turns out that the gate controller board only supports charging the batteries at like 10 or 15 watts, which is nowhere near enough power to also handle the gate hub and the license plate reading camera and the intercom, which all draw power all the time. So instead of that stuff running off the batteries, it's running off the 24 volt DC output on the PoE splitter into this cute little PoE switch that's meant for solar panels, but also works with 24 volt DC and gives us 45 watts on a single port. So yeah, we're taking PoE and making it into normal DC power and then taking the DC power and then turning it back into PoE. It's complicated, I know, but this is just the best way I could find to do it without making a custom circuit board or finding a product that didn't exist and doing it with that. And it works, which is 9/10 of the battle most of the time. Aside from the fact that I had to epoxy the wedge anchors in for the gate motor because they pulled themselves out again. Also, what are you waiting for? Get subscribed. Otherwise, we're not gonna be able to build cool gates anymore. Very important. Also, big shout out to the Silver Symbol Workshop channel, who also made a PoE gate-ish. His driveway is so long that he had to run 48 volt DC power to the actual gate and then converted it to PoE at the gate, which I think is kind of cheating. So really, I still think that mine is
the world's only gate powered via Power over Ethernet.
Mine is maybe a little bit more genuinely PoE, but you know, still pretty good. No shade, but you suck, but also it's awesome. So thanks for watching. If you like this video, hit the like button, comment down below, and let me know what you think about the gate. Is it pretty cool? Oh my God, it's a dog. Hello. Hi. A shout out to Ripley for security testing the gate and proving that it still needs work, and get subscribed so that when I eventually do that work, you don't miss it. Consider supporting us on Patreon. See you later. Pooh. How long do you think until somebody backs into the gate while turning around because the gate's closed? Or me and the skid steer?